What's up, people? I am back. I know I was supposed to do this video yesterday. I actually tried, but I was really tired in the recording, and I'm just like, no, I'm not uploading this. Because I was even yawning. I was like, no, I don't want, that's not gonna, no. I was literally, tired, so I was just like, fuck it. So I scrapped it. We're gonna do it in the morning. So yes, I am gonna do my AVP pitch, and then later tonight, I will be reviewing Prom Night. I already watched it. I watched it last night, but I might actually, depending on how things go, I might watch it again because it's on YouTube. I might just watch it just to catch up again. We'll see. But definitely tonight I'm reviewing it. But other than that, my AVP pitch, because to me, the first AVP was fine for what it was, minus them changing the rating. And then AVPR was fucking dog shit. You couldn't see anything. The Predator in it was cool, but overall it was just a bad movie. The characters felt like characters from a really bad slasher movie. Like, these aren't characters you usually expect in an Alien or a Predator film. They didn't work for me. They felt like, minus the brother and the sheriff, and then I think the military chick. Aside from those three characters, every other character was just they're like characters you would see in a really bad slasher film. Like, you got the nerdy dude, the bully who ends up getting killed first, the hot chick the nerdy kid gets with. It's very much, they were all bad. So I felt like what you need in an AVP film, you kind of should stick to Marines. That's the element, the kind of characters. I mean, first Predator movie, obviously, you have military. And then even in AVP, it should be like an Alien. It's like scientists or military. It should just kind of be those. Doing a nerdy pizza guy was just cringe. I was like, what are we doing? Especially because he was basically our main character. It should have been the brother, but he essentially was our main character. But anyway, I'm going to get started here. And then what I think, my idea is it's going to be set in the future, because it really should just be those, if you remember, those old AVP games from the mid-aughts that came out during PS3 days. That is basically what my movie is going to be. Essentially that. Where it's set in the future. I think with the Marines, you just need a good cast of badasses. You get a Jason Statham, maybe Henry Cavill, maybe basically get the Expendables, even a cast like that for the Marines, where they're and it's not going to be on Earth. I think that's been done to death too. I really think, almost take the idea of Predators, where it's on this random planet that the Colonial Marines have to go to, and I want to make it to where they don't know what's going on, and it turns out that there are Xenos that have taken over this planet, or most of it. And the idea is, with the Predators, is they have their own mission. I kind of want them to all collide randomly. I think what the problem with AVP 2 specifically, I don't think the city setting works for that. It works for a Predator film if it was just Predator. It doesn't work for Alien. I think and granted, maybe I think they fucked up by doing it in a small town. It might have worked better if they did it in a city like Predator 2 did, maybe. But I think doing it on a planet where there can be so many interesting settings and interesting scenarios and scenery, I just think that works better. And I also want to bring in different kind of xenomorphs. I've been watching a lot of Alien Fireteam streams, and they have some species of Xenos you don't even see in the movies. The Praetorians, I would love to see that Xeno against a Predator. I think that would be cool. But just in general, I feel like Don't get me wrong. I love like the warriors and the drones, but it's like that's all we've seen. The only somewhat variation we saw, well, besides the queen, is I don't even know if you really count it, but the Pred Alien. I guess that's about it. Every other Xeno has been kind of the same one. You know, either a drone with the smooth dome, or like the warriors, which are from like aliens. You know, so it's I don't. I guess the dog from Alien 3, but even then, that one didn't even look that unique. So I wanted to see some Xenos that you don't see in the films. So definitely a lot with the xenomorph kills and stuff and the scenes for me in this. I want like that horror element. Don't get me wrong, I love aliens, so, and there's still gonna be a big sci-fi element, but I do like the more horror aspect of that first Alien. So there's gonna be definitely scenes like that. Um, there's gonna be. I'm gonna go with 5 predators. I think that was the other problem I had with the first AVP. It was like 3, and how quickly they got taken out. It was already down to 1 really quick. At least with 5, you could take 2 out, and you're still left with 3. Even if you take 3, you still have 2. You know, it's not like I don't know. So that's basically what my idea is. I want a lot of action. Definitely. As much as I was initially thinking about maybe bringing in like characters like Ripley and Dutch, actually bringing in both of them even, but I'm like, honestly, I kind of you don't necessarily need, especially it wouldn't make sense anyway because it's supposed to be the future, so way into the future. So I'm assuming they wouldn't be alive by this point, so it wouldn't make sense anyway, and you don't need that. I actually think Alien and Predator, you don't as cool as characters like Dutch and Ripley are. I think the one thing about those franchises, they're not. You don't necessarily need legacy characters because, to be honest, with specific Alien and Predator, we do kind of come to watch the Xenos and the Predators. Well, maybe Alien more with Ripley, but I do think you can do Alien movies without Ripley. You know, I think same with Predator. Predator's been shown you can do Predator without Arnold. You know, the Predator too. So I feel like you don't necessarily don't need them in this. And for me, the final, the other thing I want to bring back, like at least specifically for the Predator scenes, that Silvestri score. I think that's the element that's always felt like been missing in some of the later movies, and even in AVP, they should have played that Silvestri music. That like every time I think Predator, that music is always playing. It's like they never ever want to like use it again. It's such a good score. And then even with the Xenos, you have like Xeno. There is an alien theme. It's you gotta like really hear it, but it's there and it's a solid score. And so you bring that. I think there needs to be a good score for this film. There's gonna be a lot of kills by the Predators and the aliens. I want definitely a big. The final fight is definitely gonna involve the Queen. I've always felt like the idea of granted, they have already kind of done this in AVP, but I don't necessarily nothing against it. But having 2 Predators, because it's going to come down to the final 2 Predators and maybe 2 Colonial Marines, they end up having to work together. And there's even, and this is going to be a thumbnail for my video for this video. I found this picture. It was a picture of a Predator and like a Marine like shooting a squad of like Xenos, and I think that's kind of I like that idea of a scene like that. So that's gonna happen while Predator and another Marine. Maybe they find the Marine finds that robot that mech that Ripley used in the first one, or maybe it's like a more advanced version of it because obviously it's in the future now. So yeah, like that can be the final fight. And obviously, I would have one of the Predators die, but I do want to leave one of the Predators alive. I actually think that's an interesting scenario too, because it always, even AVP, ended with like a Predator dying. So I actually think I like the idea of a Predator leaving. He has the one final look with the human, the true Colonial Marines that are left, and then kind of goes back in his ship, and then Predator music hits, like something like that. Like they have respect for each other, no words. No dialogue. You don't have to make it corny or anything. But just, Predator gets on his ship and leaves. Because I think in AVP 3, that's really what it needs to. And I would have loose references to the first 2 AVPs. they're sequels, but they're not going to be direct. Like it's not like gonna be like there'll be little references, but there's not gonna be like because at the end of the day, I just want to focus on the AVP, the Alien Predator Colonial Marine action. I think that's what people want, you know, because people love those AVP games. Let's kind of make those into a movie, and that's kind of what I wanted to go for, you know. So yeah, that was my AVP pitch. I don't know what I'm gonna do for September. I already know what I'm doing for October. But I don't know what I'm gonna do for September yet. So I'll keep y'all posted on that. Later tonight, I will be doing Prom Night review, which it's a classic slasher from 1980. Came out, you know, after Halloween, same year as the first Friday the 13th. And it's definitely a slow burn. Like there's not a lot of kills, but it's still a decent movie. You know, you have Leslie Nielsen in it for a little bit, Jamie Lee Curtis. You know, so I definitely think it's a solid story. It has probably one of my favorite now horror chase scenes. So I'll talk about that more later tonight. But as usual, talk to y'all later. But that was my AVP, bitch. Fuck the Biden administration. Fuck Disney. Fuck Warner Brothers. Talk to y'all later. Peace.